Hey, this is Erik at Carolina PaddleBoard showing you things to consider when you're purchasing a paddle. Now, depending on your use of the paddle, there's going to be a couple different options. So if we're just looking at recreational paddles, a lot of people like to go with the adjustable option. Kilo's got a great one. It adjusts really easily. You just pop the top on the shaft, you can slide it, and you can lock it back down, and you're good to go. These paddles are relatively lightweight for adjustables, and they make it easy to go paddle around with different visitors that might be coming into town or friends if they don't have a paddle of their own. The Kilo with the composite shaft of fiberglass and carbon. This is still really lightweight, solid price point, and I use this paddle a lot when I'm surfing actually. It's got a really nice flex in the shaft. So surf paddles tend to want a little bit more flex because if you're going to be out there for a 4-hour session, constantly going from 0 to 100, you're going to want that ease of not feeling like you've just been playing tennis for the past 70 years on your elbows after you get out of the water. The Nash Paddle, the new Surf Wave LE, has the Kevlar, which flexes a lot more than carbon does and really takes all that wear and tear off your body. It's got a decent sized blade, 96 inches, and it's just a lot of fun out there. And if you cut them lower as well, you actually take a lot of fatigue off your shoulders and allows for quicker paddle transfers from side to side, which is key when you're going backside or linking turns in the wave. If you're racing, you definitely want to go full carbon. You might want a stiffer shaft. Everyone in the shop almost has their favorite of their own. The V-Drive and the Trifecta are the two that came out from QuickBlade this past year. They come in an 81 and a 91 for the V-Drive, and a 101 as well. And the Trifecta comes in an 86 and a 96. These paddles both have different catches. The V-Drive, with that concave in the back, has a bit more glue feel when you put it in right at the catch. Catches really strong, doesn't cavitate at all, really great at the front end of your stroke. The Trifecta has a bit less of that instant catch, but it definitely has a flex during the power phase that really feels like it gets you where you need to be at. Both great paddles. New this year are the Polk Catch 22s. These are Johnny Polk is a legend in the outrigging world, so his whole design uses very little angle when you're paddling. And it's just a lightweight carbon paddle, great for racing. And then another favorite in the shop is the Nash LE Race. This one is insanely light, do not use it in the surf, but it's definitely one of the best race paddles in the market, coming in at just under 95 square inches in the blade. It's super lightweight and really fun to paddle with. Looking at race paddles, what you're going to notice when you look at any paddle is going to be the shape of the blade. Traditionally, a lot of paddles have used that canoe style teardrop shape. But what a lot of people are looking at now is more of a high aspect shape. You get almost that rectangular feel, a bit more elongated blade like on the Trifecta or the Nash Race LE. It allows you to paddle with almost like gears on your mountain bike. If you think about it and you're engaging half the blade, you're really only engaging half the blade. Whereas with a teardrop blade, you're going to be engaging 75 to 80% of the blade with using half of that because all the surface area is concentrated towards the bottom. They have different feels in the water, so it does come down to personal preference. But if you're someone who's going to hammer at the start and want 110% of your blade going for 50% of the race, but then you want to let off the gas a little bit and conserve some of your energy, you don't want to put all that strain on your body, so you can use half that blade and really cut down fatigue while you're out there paddling. Another thing to notice with these paddles is you get new shaft technologies coming out every year. QuickBlade's gone with a really unique oval tapered shaft on their highest end paddles. It's a hand rolled shaft that has a dual flex pattern. What you'll feel is as it leaves the blade area and comes up towards that handle, it tapers off. First it's an oval, so anywhere from your hand down does not want to bend. But as you get closer to that top hand, you'll feel a flex that relieves a lot of strain on your shoulders. My personal paddle is the Trifecta, and I love how that feels as you're paddling because it doesn't wear you out on long paddles. The round shaft, it's going to be a little bit stiffer depending on construction. However, that also allows for a quicker power transfer between the paddler and their movement through the water. Nash uses new technology as well. They use a really high-end carbon, but it's ovaled as well, so it has a little bit of flex to it. It's just totally unique, different from the other ones, and it works. It's a lot of fun to paddle. So all these paddles have merit in their shafts, and their flexes all tend to be different. It just depends on what you're looking for in a race paddle. So, in short, if you have any questions about paddles or any aspect of stand-up, give us a call at the shop. We can make recommendations based on your health history. If you've got wrist or shoulder issues, you might not want something with a really stiff shaft. You might want something that has a little bit of give. We can also let you demo paddles. No matter what, you're going to want something that feels good to you. Enjoy, get out on the water, we'll see you out there.